MSNBC's Joe Scarborough puts wife Mika Brzezinski in her place after she tries to blame Republicans for government shutdown. I am shocked. I am flabbergasted that Joe Scarborough grew some balls and called out his wife on her bullcrap. The Republicans are not responsible for the government shutdown. It's the Democrats that didn't vote to extend the government for a few more months. So I don't even know how she can come up with that conclusion. I mean, the Democrats are the one that is holding the government hostage so illegal immigrants can get health care. People that shouldn't even be in this country in the first place. It makes no sense. But we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna hear what Joe Scarborough and Brzezinski has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There's a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that it was the clash nobody expected. Mika Brzezinski thought she could get away with the usual Democrat talking points, pinning the government shutdown on, quote, Republican lies. But her husband and co-host Joe Scarborough wasn't having it. In a brutal on-air smackdown, Joe absolutely steamrolled Mika, reminding her and the entire Democrat machine that whining isn't a strategy. The clash began when Brzezinski unloaded on Republicans, accusing them of spreading violent lies through TV networks. And I'm going to get to the clip in a minute, but she said, quote, I also just don't understand why we're blaming the Democrats for Republicans lying at the highest level of office. They have the biggest microphone. They have the TV networks. What? TV networks? They repeat the lies and say things that those networks with no consequences. Say things on those networks with no consequences. Are you for real? And the things they say are violent, okay? Violent? What? So they're not only repeating the lies, but adding to this coerciveness. And there's no consequence to it. And we're blaming the Democrats. We're blaming the Democrats for this. What exactly are the Democrats supposed to do? Wow. She is so wrong on that. I'm glad that he called her out on this BS because none of that stuff is true. And then she talk about violence. Who's the one calling for violence? It's the Democrats that were talking, getting their face and all these other things, and had people destroying Teslas and assassinating people and all these other things. Those are Democrats doing that. Wow. And Joe Scarborough, a former GOP congressman who has long since drifted left, suddenly found himself sounding like the adult in the room. What was supposed to be Mika's attack on Republicans turned into a humiliating scolding from her own husband. The split screen showed Mika stewing as Joe continued to lecture her. So let's get right to the clip. Here we go. Oops. All right, here we go.
I also just don't understand why we're blaming the Democrats for Republicans lying. At the highest level of office, they have the biggest megaphone. They have TV networks that repeat the lies and say things on those networks with no consequence. And the things they say are violent. Okay, so they're not only repeating the lies, but adding to this coarseness. Yeah. And there's no consequence to it. And we're blaming the Democrats? Yeah. We're blaming the Democrats for this. Well, what exactly are the Democrats supposed to do?
You keep repeating. They're supposed to fight back.
Yes.
They're supposed to know. They're
and
supposed
lie
to
as
do
well?
like
what exactly?
No. Bill Clinton just completely abused and used Republicans in every government shutdown. I know, I was there. He was smart enough politically to do it. Barack Obama knew how to always get the best of Republicans. All right? We're not blaming Democrats for Republicans' lies. We're saying the Democrats at some point have to figure out how to answer those lies, and that's not whining. The whining comes from Democratic leaders that still don't have an answer to Republican lies 10 years into Donald Trump's terms.
Jen, how do we answer the lies?
Lies, right? Notice they don't point out any specific lies. No, it's not lies. It's they lost the plot. They didn't know. No one is listening to their talking points. No one is listening to their propaganda any longer because we have truth on our side. That's the thing that they hate so much, is that we have avenues and we have ways of fact checking without using the mainstream media. We have things like Twitter, we have social media where we can go and we can show receipts. And that is what's killing, that's what's really killing the Democrat Party. And it is the Democrats' fault that government is shut down, not Republicans. I mean, everyone knows that. And I don't know what lies they're talking about. Well, all they do is say, oh, Republicans are lies. They're liars. They're lying about things. But notice how they never talk about any specific lie. No, it's the Democrats that are lying. It's the Democrats that are pushing for open borders. It's the Democrats that are pushing for to give people who don't deserve to be on welfare. I mean, people was getting EBT cards or getting that were making $150,000 a year. Trump put it into that. The people was abusing the system. He put it into that. People that's in this country illegally that was getting handouts are no longer getting handouts. Trump put it into that, and this is what Democrats want to go, and they want to continue handing out stuff to people that don't deserve it. That's really what they're really upset about and holding government hostage for. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.